Alright, so I gotta do a personal highlight here because I've been really rocking with YouTube Music, and the little 3-month trial that they got going on here is pretty dope. I highly recommend if any of y'all got Spotify, ditch them for YouTube Music. If you sign up for YouTube Premium, not only will you have the same access to all types of songs like you did on Spotify, but you'll also be able to skip ads on YouTube in general. So it's kind of like two birds with one stone, if you know what I mean. With that being said, YouTube Music brought something up to my attention that I didn't know was kind of just laying on the low for about a year or so. But I'm only coming out because I really want to highlight this song, and I'm like, I don't know if this dude just brought this song from the vault that he made 5, 6, 7 years ago. But when I heard how he sounded on here, this nigga sounded so clean and crisp. It was like as if I was listening to the Rebirth again. I mean, I haven't heard him this passionate, this, I want to say, active since he was singing during the Rebirth, Cuffing Season 1, Cuffing Season 2 days. I'll go as far as eventually 2, but he's kind of been taking a much more of a lax approach with how he sings, and you could tell, just biting on trends, rocking with that. But when this dude really is at his best, I honestly think there's no one that's better at making R&B tracks than him. That being said, I'm talking about Eric Bellinger. He had this Genius EP out here, man, and I was listening to Undercovers, and this blew my mind. I have to play for y'all real quick. I couldn't believe this was made in 2020. I feel like this nigga's just teasing, but I'm like, why you gotta hold back? Just do you. Ain't nothing else to it. Man, do your thing, EB.
Ain't nobody do your body like me. Oh, I promise.
This was what I was expecting out of the Rebirth 2. Like, I was expecting to hear joints like this, but I was definitely let down and disappointed because I can't believe I'm saying this in this fashion, but there was once a time when Eric Bellinger was unskippable. Like, there was not one track you would think about skipping because this man put 110% effort and creativity and quality, quality check as well, but just everything all around. Like, he was just sharp. Like, the man did not miss, and when I say did not miss, he just didn't. Like, you would play a track, you had to put respect to it because it had quality, it had integrity, you know what I mean? It was like, you rocked with it because it was wholesome. It was all about true, what R&B is all about, man. Just all about love, man. And this nigga, when he makes love songs, I mean, that shit sounds so intimate and personal. Like, you just don't even want to play with nobody but your significant other right next to you. Either that, or when you're thinking about that person, you're gonna be bumping the tracks. That's really the either or, and that's cool because to me, that's what someone who truly is. I want to say the word I'm looking for, pioneer of R&B, for lack of better terms, should be approaching the game like that. Even though I don't even look at it as a game, but more like just the arts of R&B in its entirety. So I want to break that down real quick. But other than that, shit, when he was making joints like this, just, I mean, talking about really that life where like being single is overrated, and that there's a lot to really take in when you're in a relationship with someone that you really love. And he had different ways of how he broke it down, and that was so damn cool. You know what I mean? Just like how he would make a song about just sharing what's mine is yours, yours is mine. Just little things like that. That adds so much more elements and so much more fire to the flames, man. You play that, man, it's gonna be a great night. You know what I mean? And fellas, I know y'all understand what I'm talking about when you get the right track to play. As long as you ain't tricking, you know what I mean? But that being said, let me finish the rest of the song.
I've been wanting you for so long. Finally about to put me on. And I'm really on.
Sounds like Eric Bellinger to me now.
And I knew that it'd be wise to wait. Now you're saying have your way. I'm undercovers with you. I'ma take time while I'm in it. Girl, I'm not gonna stop till you finish, 'cause I know I may never get to see you again. 'Cause I've been waiting so long. I've been wanting you for so long. Finally about to put me on. So come true. I'm undercover. I knew that it'd be wise to wait. Now you're saying have your way.
Man, fantastic, man, fantastic. Wow. A strong performance. I haven't really heard Eric Bellinger, like I said, I haven't heard him sing like this since 2014, 2015, during that time when he was still trying to make a name for himself. I mean, you know what I mean? If they don't looking, I don't wanna. Like during those times, man. When he blew up with that song, man, brother was on another level. I mean, you could just feel the passion. You could hear it. He has a really tender output when he really sings vocally. Like, it just sounds very fluid, you know what I mean, but also very tender, so and he could hit so many lines. He could hit the falsettos clean. He could hit his upper mids is really where his best game is at, and you see it right here. I haven't heard him sing in the upper mid echelons, like I said, since those Rebirth Cuffing Season days. Ever since then, he's been taking a lower mid kind of tone when he sings, and every now and then he'll go ahead and hit those mids, but then he'll go retreat back to hitting the lows, kind of like as if he's like some type of trapper shit, which I think was a terrible route to take for him. I mean, it's like identity crisis, if you're asking me. Why you gotta be a player when you got everything right the first time? That's just what I personally believe. And it's funny because I've seen a lot of these artists, like, he's not alone. I felt like this about Tory. I feel like this about Bryson Tiller. Travis Scott. I mean, Bryson not as much as the other guys that I mentioned, but it's like where they just kind of like take off course from their usual path, and they feel like, oh, they gotta change it up and be something different just to kind of keep their relevance going. When it's like, nah, just keep walking that same path. It seems to me God gave you the gift to keep going, so like, don't lose belief in that. And it's dope to hear Eric Bellinger come back to his vocal roots and really his vocal sounds. Because to me, it's like, this is what it takes, man. I mean, if he do songs like this, he should have been doing this, man. If he would have done this by now, people would have looked up to him as the true king of R&B. And it's like, all it is consistency. And a lot of these dudes, they just fall off for some weird reasons. I mean, whether they're overthinking, lack of confidence, or they just are not really sure, or they got the wrong people around them giving them bad advices. I feel like that's definitely the case for Travis, Tory, and Eric Bellinger. They name a couple right there for you. But Undercovers, I can tell you that this track definitely hit the way I was expecting it to hit from Eric Bellinger. It's like when he comes through and delivers some strong, passionate R&B tracks, this is what you're supposed to get from this, from this brother. I couldn't decide whether to say dude or brother, so I ended up going brute. Either way, nah, man, that's it. Nothing else to put to it. I mean, just keep it up, dog. Like, don't settle for less, and don't lose the quality touch in your music, man. All these garbage offbeat trend beats, you don't need to be rocking on that. You got that vocal talent. You could literally do anything with that. So don't settle for less, because you're worth a lot more than that, bro. So don't settle. That's it. Go for more. Go for big. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it, because you ain't going to go back home. You're too talented for that. This is your boy True Blue signing out. Like I said, I just had to make this video real quick. Even though it's like 12 minutes long, it is what it is. I'll see y'all in the next time when I do post up a vid, but don't expect it to come. I'm not doing that day-by-day basis no more. Like, that's done. But I had to highlight this. I'm like, you know what? Let me show Eric Bellinger some love here, because this definitely was an OG throwback. Like, this dude could have easily pulled a Tory and had pulled something out that he made 6 years ago and just be like, put it out there. I mean, it could be. I don't know. But if he honestly recorded this and sang like this during the time when he was recording that EP, salute, man. That's all I gotta say. Keep it up, man. That's it. That's your lane. You know it. What's better than to be the king of R&B, man? Anyways, I'll see y'all later in the next vid. Deuces.